Hi, this is Ms. Miseracco, and this is the science information for 8th grade on October 5th and 6th. On Monday, October 5th, we've got a very full agenda, go over questions, making sure kids are staying on top of assignments 1 through 5. I don't really think I have any announcements for Monday. We'll go over Thursday and Friday of last week. Today's lesson, Monday's lesson, is the scientific method, and we'll preview Tuesday. Homework on Thursday was to go through the steps of the scientific method. I heard from some students the video didn't work. That's fine. Just making sure you know the scientific method works more like a web, and making sure you know the steps of the scientific method. Having a question, coming up with a hypothesis, testing it, gathering information, results, conclusion, and so on. Here we want to make sure we know our variables. The independent or manipulated variable is what the experimenter is changing on purpose. Constants are things that remain the same. And the dependent or responding variable is what the experimenter is measuring or collecting data on. Please pause your video at this time and check your 3 scenarios, seeing if you were correct in identifying the independent variable, the dependent variable, and what should remain constant. Hypothesis is an educated prediction on what you think will happen. Here you were supposed to read about Miguel, come up with a question, and identify the variables, the independent or manipulated, the dependent or responding, and to write a hypothesis as an if-then statement. Here's another instance where you should pause this video and check your work. Then Miguel went and tested his experiment and his hypothesis. Please pause this video and check your answers to make sure you have the numbers in the correct spots, looking at the different car colors, the temperatures he recorded, and then his average temperature. His conclusion. Again, a place to pause this video and make sure you have your conclusion worded based on Miguel's experiment. On Friday, we did a little find your park activity. You were to go to the website, take a screenshot of what park you matched with, and post it in the discussion and say why you selected it. Today, we'll be doing a lab on the scientific method, making sure we know our variables and can run a controlled experiment. The purpose is to design an experiment, and the question we're investigating is, does the length of a pendulum affect the number of swings it will complete? Procedure. Writing a hypothesis, and then watching a video together of the experiment. Please pause this video and go back to YouTube and watch the pendulum lab at this time. It's about 12 minutes in length. As we come back, we collect the data that Mr. Roweeder got, and then we calculate the average. Pause this video and see if your results agree with this. You should graph your data, analyze your data, and write a conclusion. And then answer the questions. Here's the graph that I came up with my pendulum results. The number of swings depended on the length of the pendulum. It's very important which variable you put on which axis. Is it a dependent or independent variable? Analyzing the graph, your answers will vary. And then again, based on what your hypothesis, your answer will vary there as well. Manipulated variable is the length of string. The responding variable is the number of cycles or swings it took. And one thing that should remain the same or constant is the mass of the washer. Tomorrow you'll be taking an assessment, making sure you know the parts of a controlled experiment. Originally it was going to be something you wrote, but instead it's going to be an assessment on Canvas. I'll be posting information about this on 4 p.m. on Monday. On Wednesday, you have a test. So tomorrow you should do things to prepare for it. You could use the Quizlet decks, you could complete the study guide, you could go and look back at your assignments on Canvas, and you could look at videos on YouTube. So again, your to-do list, complete your lab write-up on Canvas. Again, directions will be posted today at 4. Double check your notebook and turn it in. Study, you have a test on Wednesday. And if you want, you can come to an optional study session. That will be on Tuesday from 12:15 to 12:30 or from 1 to 1:15.